Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to Trax Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on Trax on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guest on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. Trax Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on TRAXXfm.
Nicole Kidman, Ewan McGregor over the song called Come What May, bringing the time to 14 minutes past 11. Now, as I mentioned earlier on the show, if you want to join us, please do so via our Facebook account at TRAXXfm Official. We are coming to you live from Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur with the interview feature of the day. We are joined by a lot of people right here in the studio. So if you want to check us out right now. And if you want to say hello, please do so. Just leave a comment on our comment section, retweet or just share the comments as well. Like it, love it, and just say hello if you want to. Right now in the studios, good morning. We have a special face-to-face interview, and in the studio right now we have YB Fahmi Fadzil, the Minister of Communications and Digital, accompanied by Dato' Cik Rosna and Cik Daud, RTM's Directorate members, and also Puan Fairuz Muhammad Razi. She is representing the director of the radio program right here in the studios. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Very happy to be here.
I mean, the studio is just lit up with a lot of people right here right now with all their videos and all that. So it's very festive. Usually it won't be like this.
Yes.
It'll just be me and my producer will be just hanging out. But now it's like a whole group.
Yeah.
Such a family.
Sorry about that.
But anyway, we are also joined by our presenters from our sister stations. We have DJ Donny M from SABAHV, who is currently right now, SABAHVfm. Donny, are you there?
Hello. Hey, I'm there. Good morning.
Good morning.
YB, and also good morning, Malaysia.
Good morning.
Greetings all the way from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah.
Awesome. Also, now we are joined by DJ Zack and DJ Bija from Sarawak REDfm.
Hello, greetings from the land of Hornbill. Hopefully everyone is feeling okay this morning, and I would like to congratulate YB Fahmi Fadzil on his appointment as the Minister of Communication and Digital. Welcome to the house, YB.
Thank you.
And also we have DJ Natia from LANGKAWIfm.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So there you go. There might be
an honor to have you here with us.
There might be a little lag over there because we are calling all the way from Sabah and also Sarawak and also Langkawi. So if you want to check us out, you can do so right now on our Facebook account at TRAXXfm Official. Yeah. Now the topic for today is digital communication and the future of Malaysia. Now, but first, we just like to say hello as well to those who are actually online. So please head over to our Twitter account or even Facebook account. Yeah. Now the first question, YB.
Yep.
Can you share your feelings of the post GE15?
Yeah, it was. I was a little bit worried at that time because, as you can imagine, we've never gone through a hung parliament situation before. So, but I was very happy to have one in Lembah Pantai, in this where we are. This is my constituency, right? So, Otto, if you have any problems, you let me know, okay? But please no.
Oh, I think the problem, because I ride a motorbike, right?
Yes.
So I think the roads have been leveled already. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I live here in Pantai Dalam as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so you know where all the best food is at. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I was very happy about winning Lembah Pantai. It was a very humbling experience, but I think after that I was a bit nervous, trying to make sure that we had the swearing in and also the formation of the new government. Alhamdulillah, I'm very thankful that we saw everything was smooth. There was no untoward incidences. I think the police played a very important role to make sure that we maintain peace and order. And subsequently, I was very surprised, actually, to be honest, to have been appointed a minister. I'm very happy. Of course, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of expectations. People hope to have faster internet, cheaper, this kind of thing. But it's completely new experience for me, and at the same time I feel that there's a lot that I would like to do, and I hope that TRAXXfm and friends at RTM can also be a part of this journey.
Oh, I can't wait for that as well, to see what new things might be brought forward for us here in Malaysia as well. And I do believe DJ Donny, you have a question, right?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Now, YB, how does YB feel about being part of the unity government?
It's actually fantastic. I mean, if you ask me honestly, when you know, the thing about Malaysian politics is that we used to see each other as, you know, black and white. Okay, you stand on that side, I stand on this side. But because we underwent this completely new experience, we've never gone through it ever before. You know, a hung parliament situation. So I felt that it's time we made amends. It's, you know, if you remember the day that Dato' Syed Anwar Ibrahim was sworn in as the 10th Prime Minister, in the morning, it was almost like Hari Raya. People were asking forgiveness from each other. You know, people were saying sorry for things that had gone past. And I think it's a good way to start a new administration. It's a good mood, I feel, as we're starting a new year, turning over a new leaf. It's not about forgive and forget, but it's forgiving and, you know, building it better. And I'm really excited to be part of this government, to be part of this administration. But like I said, people want to see results. There's absolutely no honeymoon period. Today is I think it's my 11th day, but it feels like I've been, you know, like chock-a-block every day. So it's quite a sensory overload. But I'm really appreciative of this experience, and I'd like to do my best.
Well, thank you for that, DJ Donny, for the question. We have also DJ Zack, DJ Bija from Sarawak, REDfm. What questions do you have for YB today?
Okay, YB, and as the Minister of Communications and Digital, where would you like to see the ministry in the future?
Yeah, I think the digital part of it is quite apt. We used to think about, you know, radio as just something that you listen to either on a radio set or in the car. But as we're doing it right now, you know, you can watch this radio program on Facebook. You can, you know, on TV. So things are changing, times are changing, and technology is changing really fast. And as a result, we're not a radio station in that sense, right? We're content producers. We're creating content. So I think for me as a minister, it's about making sure that that process can be made much more fluent, much faster, much easier, while at the same time safeguarding national interest. You know, I'm really quite concerned about. I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm a big proponent. You know, I'm a major proponent of freedom of the press. But at the same time, I am concerned about issues related to whether it's race, religion, or royalty. I think, you know, we've got to be quite careful where the law lies. So I think it's balancing this, balancing technological change, evolution in the way we think about content creation, while seeing how we have so many social media platforms. There's so much opportunity. You never imagined that people could sell, you know, food on TikTok, for example, right? That there would be, like, for example, last night I was watching TikTok live. It's like someone was just going around and there were 15,000 people watching him, right? So it's amazing the kind of content that you're seeing now. And yet at the same time, we've got laws. The laws may need to be updated a little bit to represent, you know, changes in the times. But we've got to also respect our institutions and remember where we came from. When Malaysia was formed in 1963 with the inclusion of Sabah, Sarawak, and at that time Singapore, you know, the idea was unity. The idea was moderation. The idea was togetherness. And as part of this unity government, I feel, you know, it is apt and it is timely that we are reminded of the need to bring everybody together. And I think that's the wisdom of His Majesty, the Yang Dipertuan Agong. His Majesty decreed that we should form a unity government and unite the people. So I hope that through the ministry, through the work that we do, as well as through friends such as yourselves, that we can pupuk perpaduan. We can really foster the sense of unity in the people.
Well, thank you very much, DJ Zack and also DJ Bija from Sarawak REDfm. Now we move on to DJ Natia from LANGKAWIfm. What question do you have for YB?
What will be your main focus to add value to the Ministry of Communications and Digital?
Well, I like to reduce the cost of whether it's internet or our telephone charges. I've asked SKMM, MCMC to take a look at this. There are certain things that maybe in a short while we will be able to announce. But I'm quite happy with the progress of some of the things. When I look at whether it's surveys or my own experience or anecdotes, a lot of people want to see how is it that this new administration can help to reduce the cost of living, whether it's about cost of doing business, whether it's about increasing pay, whether it's about making sure that the LRT runs on time if you're in KL, or whether the traffic jams that we see on the highways, or whether it's about making sure that places that we consider a little bit off the beaten track still have phone line receptions, right? So there's a lot of things that I'm looking into. There are a lot of things, like for example, very recently I saw on Utusan Borneo Online, there was a news about there was a village in Kapit, in Kanowit, called Nanga Ngungun. And they had for 2 weeks, actually, their line was down. And it was because I coincidentally saw it. Then I asked for it to be expedited. Yeah, so finally, thankfully, yesterday, the matter was resolved. So I think my role is not only to look at regulation, to look at the law, but also to respond. And to respond quickly. And I hope that by my being here with this new government, this new administration, and as we're entering a new year, we have a new sense of energy, a new sense of drive to serve the people better, to make things better for ordinary Malaysians, and to work even harder. I used to have black hair, so now it's a lot. It's kind of graying. Otto can see it. Those of you who are online can see it.
I'm part of the group as well. I have gray hairs as well.
Yeah, but not so evident.
We're getting wiser. That's it.
We are. Yes. Hopefully, but I feel it's part of the sacrifice. Yeah, part of the work that we do. So I hope that all of you will be part of this. Yeah, to bring people together, but also to move the country forward.
Thank you very much, DJ Natia, for that question. And we have YB Fahmi Fadzil, the Minister of Communications and Digital, and also presenters from our sister stations. We have DJ Donny M from SABAHVfm. We have DJ Zack and DJ Bija from Sarawak REDfm, and also DJ Natia from LANGKAWIfm. Now, we're speaking to YB Fahmi Fadzil, the Minister of Communications and Digital Communication, and about the future of Malaysia. So we'll be right back after this short break right here on Trax. Doja Cat, Say So. Good morning, Malaysia. It's a lovely 15th of December on a Thursday, and we are currently live on our Facebook Live. Yes, it's TRAXXfm official, TRAXXfm OFFICIAL, and a special interview feature of the day, face-to-face interview. Thank you for tuning in. In the studios right now, we have YB Fahmi Fadzil, the Minister of Communications and Digital, and a special shout-out goes out to all our friends who are currently online right now. Just let me see, who do we have? Anurul Farhana says, welcome to RTM YB. We have Patricia Lim Li Tiang, Zulkifli Abdul Latif, Helen Kwe, Riley, Christine Chin. I mean, the list just goes on. So thank you so much. If you want to say hello or have any questions, you can always go on to our Facebook and leave a comment over there. Make sure you share it with your friends. Who knows, it might be very informational for you as well. All right. So we are also joined with our sister stations. We have DJ Donny M from SABAHVfm, DJ Zack and DJ Bija from Sarawak REDfm, and also DJ Natia from LANGKAWIfm. Now, the topic of the day is digital communication and the future of Malaysia. Now, we have a question from Donny. Donny, what question do you have over there?
Yes, Otto. Now, YB, what is your fondest memory about RTM? And now that you are the Minister of Communications and Digital, what would you like to see in Radio Television Malaysia, RTM?
Yeah, my mom used to work here. She was in penyiaran. She was a sebahagian dasar, a long time ago. I think it must have been like the mid to late 80s. Yeah, and I remember coming here, as a kid. And what I remember was there was some kind of family day. It must have been at that time, and the RTM grounds is quite big. So I remember coming here, but I was quite young at that time, and I'm very happy and also quite. It's still quite surreal, even though I became an MP for Lebah Pantai in 2018, but. It's quite surreal that I kind of have to look after RTM and penyiaran, and Angkasa Puri, Kota Media. That part of it is quite nice. I'd like to see, for example, in terms of change, perhaps how is it that we can be better prepared for a lot of changes that we're seeing in social media. For example, 4 years ago, a lot of people were on Facebook. Today, a lot more people are more active on TikTok. So where is it going to be 4 years from now? And how is it that whether it's RTM or TRAXXfm or any of the other radio stations and content creators in our stable, as it were, will be changing with the times, and like I said, it used to be that we would be listening to this broadcast on a radio set or in the car, but now we can might as well, just open up our phones or open up turn on our televisions or our computers, and that sense is slightly different, right? So I think we're all grappling with this change. I think people who are, there's a lot of change happening, especially in terms of technology. So it's really about what is the best way to face these changes, and what kind of laws do we need to have in place to make sure that things go all right. And I am looking forward to being part of that conversation about that kind of change.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, DJ Donny from SABAHVfm, and we also have DJ Natia, who has a question as well. Natia, over to you.
All right, YB, will there be a need to have another look at the country's single wholesale network model for 5G?
Wow, that's a super technical question. But yes, I'm prepared to answer some. About last week, I think it was, the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Prime Minister, announced that he has asked for the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Communications and Digital to sit down and go through to look at what is it that we can do to expedite, to make the process of rolling out 5G network faster. What is the best way for doing that? So my ministry and the Ministry of Finance have had some engagement. We've also had some engagement with telecommunication companies. We're looking through all of the documents. We're looking through all of the suggestions and options. And I believe we will be making an announcement hopefully sometime soon, maybe in the next month. But not today. So thanks for asking. Thanks for trying. But no dice.
All right, thank you very much, DJ Natia from LANGKAWIfm. Okay, next we have also DJ Zack. What is your question, DJ Zack?
All right, YB. So there's been an alarming case of online scams that's been reported in the news lately. Okay, so losses amount up to hundreds of millions of ringgit, and scammers are posing as police officers, bank officers, IRB officers, and all that. And there's the Macau scam and various other types of online scams. Now, you made a statement that you will put these people high on your list of priorities to deal with, and all the activities of scammers will be given strong attention as part of your immediate plan for the ministry. So can you elaborate or fill us in on this?
Yeah, sure. How do I know you're DJ Zack? How do I know you're not scamming? No, I'm just kidding. So, fundamentally, it's about data protection. Yeah, and I had a meeting with the data protection department yesterday, and then we were going through. We need to have some amendments to the law. At the same time, my team is speaking with Bukit Aman to look at commercial crimes as well as the CID. Yeah. The Criminal Investigation Department to see what is it that needs to be done alongside MCMC to clamp down on these scam activities. My mom was scammed. She lost 75,000 ringgit in March of this year, 75,000 of her savings, which she said she wanted to give to her grandkids, my children, my siblings, kids, right? My nephews and nieces. But she said, no, it's gone now. So as a result, we've been pushing hard through Parliament and also engagement with Bank Negara Malaysia. So in October, it was announced that the National Scam Response Centre has been set up. And I'm happy to see that at least since the 12th of October, we're seeing quite a number of people call this National Scam Response Centre. And if you're a listener and you are a victim of scams, of a scam syndicate or something like that, please, one, lodge a police report. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. A lot of people feel that, I feel stupid, I feel silly. Don't feel that. I know. My mom went through that, and my mom is a PTD officer. She used to be a senior civil servant, right? And so I know what that feels like. So please, if you are a victim, please step up, lodge a police report, and call 997. If you call within 24 hours of that incident taking place, there's high likelihood Bank Negara Malaysia will instruct to stop the flow from going on. Some numbers that I can share immediately. It's not my jurisdiction, it's not my area, but MCMC is part of it. Between the 12th of October to the 11th of November, there was over 4,000 calls that the center received, and over 1,000 of those calls recorded about more than 12 million ringgit that was stolen through scams, and out of that amount, about 1.3 million they managed to stop from being stolen. So they managed to save some of that money. So we need to do a lot, and ultimately it's about making sure that ordinary users, ordinary Malaysians or people in Malaysia know what their rights are. Don't be scared. Call 997 if you're a victim of scams.
Exactly. All right, thank you very much, DJ Zack from Sarawak, the REDfm. And now, earlier this year, we were shocked when one of the largest online payment solution providers in Malaysia had announced that there was data breach incident. What is even more shocking is the announcement was made almost 3 months after the incident took place. So the company did not provide any complete information about the amount of personal data or affected victims, as well as the steps to inform the victims as well. So what is your opinion on this regarding the matter, and how can we actually ensure that our personal data information is safe?
Yeah, this is why we need to amend the Personal Data Protection Act. One of the key things. In fact, during the 14th Parliament, as an ordinary member of Parliament, I looked through, and with my team, we came up with a private members bill. That in it we proposed certain measures, certain changes, certain amendments to the Act. And now that I have coincidentally become the minister in charge of this matter, we've begun internal engagements to understand where the department on data protection, where it stands with regards to a number of these policy matters. But I feel that incidences such as that, including the ones that we read in the news more recently, for example, there was a news about WhatsApp data being stolen, and I think there were 50,000 Malaysians who were affected. What is the nature of this? I think there needs to be a much better alert system. I think there needs to be greater accountability, and I think for those who do hold on to our data, they need to have some standards, in terms of how they can and they should process that data, to make sure that your data, Otto, DJ Zack, and all of you are following, is protected. And my thinking is that we have to shift our mindset about data, especially personal data. Once we understand that personal data is a national treasure, it's a khazanah negara kita. If you think about it, none of the social media platforms can operate without our personal data. So you take that out, our personal data actually is a critical component to the success of their business, to the success of their operations. So they need to tell us what they are going to do to make sure that our personal data is protected. Without us, there's no Facebook, there's no TikTok, there's no Twitter, there's no Instagram. Right. So once we understand how important and valuable our personal data is, I feel this is something which we need to change. Once we have that understanding, we will not be so easy with data loss, and I think that's something which will gradually come, and we have to acclimatize ourselves with. We have to make it a culture about data protection. And a long time ago, people don't ask any questions if you give your IC at a guard house before going to a condominium, right? But after a while, people start asking, hey, give me back my, So you're a bit more careful, because our MyCard has so much data, has so much information. Likewise, our digital trail, every time you click on a cookie
Yes.
notification, you are surrendering some rights. You are giving away some information or some data, and I think we need to increase awareness, and we need to have stronger laws to make sure that we move with the times.
I think yes, exactly. We're currently live as well. We are on Facebook Live with our sister stations as well. We're talking to YB Fahmi Fadzil, Minister of Communications and Digital. All right, so we move on to DJ Zack. I'm sure you have a question for us right now. DJ Zack, what do you have?
All right, so YB, now will there be an SOP put in place for online payment solution providers or any other companies collecting, handling and keeping personal data in Malaysia? And is there a special permission needed for companies to collect and keep personal data?
Yeah, currently the law doesn't stipulate this. This is something that we're looking into. I think it's an important element. It's an important aspect. Like I said, once we reframe how we think about our personal data, that it is a national treasure. It is it's a commodity, but it's also, there's only one you, Otto. There's only one you, Zack. There's only one me, Fahmi, right? In that sense. So our personal data, whether it's our height, our body mass index, our date of birth, our bank account, all of that information is unique to us, unique to yourself. So once we have that understanding, we will not be so lackadaisical. We will not be so easy, about giving away data.
I do believe that we need to appreciate our personal data much more right now, especially our culture when it comes to giving away data, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think this is why, after I've had that engagement with the data protection department, the next step is, I've had one engagement with TikTok. I'm going to have some engagements with Meta, for example, and Twitter. I want to talk to them, but it's not just limited to them. There are all of these online retailers, and I've got to make sure that they move along with the times. They understand that this administration is very serious about cybersecurity, about data protection, and that they respond to our local laws as well.
All right, thank you very much. We seem to be pressed for time right now. I'm just going straight through DJ Natia. Natia, what do you have for our YB?
All right, YB, what is the punishment for failing to keep a client's personal data safe?
That's a great question. I have to look at the law, actually, the ACTA, right? Yeah. And but what I do feel that we need to address is not just about failure to keep a person's personal data safe. It's also about who should be made responsible for keeping the data safe. Right now, it's sectoral, so there's a white list, for example. So if you're in this sector, then you must have certain protocols. Instead, I think we should work the other way around. Almost every kind of business, looks after some kind of data, whether you're an optometrist, for example, or you're a barber, you've got some kind of data, right? So perhaps there's a threshold that we're looking at. These are things which we're kind of currently studying. Perhaps it's a matter of, if you're processing or holding on to a certain amount of data beyond a certain amount, we need to make sure that you understand how important it is to look after this data.
All right. DJ Donny, I'm sure you have another question before we end?
Yes, exactly. And what about the victims who are involved in personal data breaches, and what can they do to keep their personal data safe, and what can the public do should they fall victim to online scam, YB?
Yeah, about our personal data, I think we should be more. It's better to err on the side of caution. If you're not sure who you're giving this data to, don't. Don't give it. Right? If someone calls you on the phone, right, and says, "Hey, hi, I'm from Bukit Aman. Hey, hi, I'm from IRB, LHDN," right?
Yes.
Right. Remember, no government agency, especially enforcement, no court is going to call you on a Saturday. Right? No government agency is going to call you over the phone to talk about a case. None. If that happens to you, drop the line. Just end the call, or do what I do, like lodge a police report.
Yes.
Right. Even if nothing has happened to you, lodge a police report.
Correct.
Tell the police about the number. Tell the police about the name. What we're discovering is that, of course, there's a lacuna in the law. There's a loophole, right now, which we're trying to address, in the sense that there's some suspicion that some of the activity is not necessarily happening in Malaysia.
No.
right? And so the government is looking to plug these holes, to work with our counterparts in other countries to make sure that we address these problems quickly. At the same time, we as end users, we as people on the other end of the line, literally, we can do our part. One, tak kenal, just hang up, right?
Simple as that. Yes.
Simple as that,
Yeah.
right? If something crosses your mind, like, hey, this sounds too good to be true, or
Don't fall for it.
if you're skeptical, it's a scam, right? Okay, that's one. But if you do, God forbid, if you do become a scam victim, call 997. If you call within the first 24 hours of it happening, there's a high chance that Bank Negara Malaysia can instruct the banks to stop the money from flowing anywhere else. As soon as it happens, call 997 and then lodge a police report. Don't fall victim, but if you do become a victim, call 997.
Yes, exactly. And one thing I just like to add here: if you scammers, they have no remorse towards you. And even there was an interview recently on TV as well. It shows that the police have caught a scammer, and the scammer just didn't care who was being scammed. So you need to remind yourself that when a scammer is trying to scam you, just don't give in. Not even a single information. Just like our minister just advised you, report to the nearest authority so that other people will not be affected by it anyway. All right, so we seem that to be we're pressed for time. YB, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Don't fall victims to scams, and kalau tak pasti jangan kongsi, semak sebelum sebar. Please check before you forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you to those who are actually online, sharing and also liking and comment for our Facebook Live TRAXXfm official. I'd like to say a very thank you to our YB, Minister of Communications and Digital, YB Fahmi Fadzil, as well as our Datuk Cik Roslan Cik Daud, RTM's Directorate members, and Puan Fairuz Muhammad Razi, representing Director of Radio Programs, and everybody here in the studio right now. Thank you so much for joining us. And and all our DJs from LANGKAWIfm, REDfm, as well as also Sabah. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And we have the news coming up at the top of the hour. And we'll be right back. Good morning, Malaysia.
Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to Trax Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on Trax on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guest on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. Trax Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on TRAXXfm.